This is Dr. Smith. I wanted to stop in and give you some information that might help you along the way. I know you're in the middle of the most important proposal. That is your thesis proposal. The thesis proposal is pretty much just an outline of the research work you plan to do in your actual thesis. It's kind of like that roadmap on which your academic and professional career has taken you. As with any other type of proposal, the more careful the planning, the better the results you'll get from your thesis proposal. Now, once you have decided on a topic, that's the beginning. It's the hardest part, but once that's over, now you can go on to the fun stuff. It's putting together the thesis proposal itself. After that hurdle is overcome, writing the proposal is challenging, but don't worry, I'm here and I will support you as much as possible. So, like I said earlier, to better outline what a thesis proposal actually is, it's a summary, an outline that details the work or the research that you plan to do. It identifies a problem or an issue that you're researching. It clearly states all of the questions that will be researched. Now, when I say clearly, that is a little gray area because what's clear to me may not be clear to someone else. So try to get multiple eyes to look at your proposal to see if they're seeing the same thing that you're seeing. It also describes the resources and materials that you'll need to do your actual research. What makes a good thesis? First and foremost, a good thesis is the final result. It's a finished thesis. But the final result of your thesis proposal should show the committee that further writing will continue with the research outlined in your proposal. Now, a good thesis will prove that your work is important and it's relevant. The thesis will also show that you are confident and that you have the right approach and tools to solve the proposed problem or issue. So I can go through a few of the tips that I have as far as getting started with your thesis. We have some information in the LMS, but it's also always nice to hear it as we have some auditory learners. Step one, you're going to outline. Your thesis proposal starts with outlining the materials you've gathered. This is very important because the thesis proposal is as much for your benefit as it is for the reader. Next, you want to know your structure. You need to know the common structure that the thesis proposal is going to follow. That's going to be your abstract, your introduction, any existing literature, your project statement, the approach, the potential outcomes, limitations, contributions, so on and so forth. Then you want to plan your writing. The best way to put together an organized thesis proposal is to organize how you will write it before you get started. And many thesis proposals have been rejected only because the students didn't plan their writing ahead of time and they tried to slap some stuff together and get it past the committee. That never worked. If you try that, it will show and the thesis proposal may be rejected. Don't let that happen to you. Stick with the plan. The usual flow of your writing should be your outline. You want to prepare your visuals, which is your charts and tables. Describe any of the methodologies you use. You want to do an explanation of the data, any conclusions you've drawn from your data, and then your introduction, abstract, references. Well, I know that sounds a little backwards, right? Because I said introduction, abstract, and references after you've done all that. But please understand that writing a thesis proposal does not follow the actual structure of the thesis. How can you write an abstract if you don't know what your research is about? You have to write out of sequence to be able to accurately write an introduction and abstract. You're not going to be able to start with an abstract because you don't know yet what it's going to be. Actually, writing the thesis proposal entails a lot of sitting in front of the computer. And once you've planned your writing, then you just roll up your sleeves and you get it done. Thesis proposals are writing in formal style. They're very formal, which is what sets them apart from any other types of proposals. Although the proposal will be in formal style, it is important to keep it simple. Work towards concision while maintaining academic objectivity, leveraging readability. And then you want to also, please don't forget this part, proofing your proposal. And a thesis proposal is no place for typos or poor readability. If you show your proposal to a fellow peer or friend or instructor and they have a hard time understanding what you're trying to say, you may want to revise it. And the best practices for thoroughly proofing your proposal is to read it yourself aloud. That way you'll spot problems and grammatical sentence structures more easily. Then you don't want to proof it right after you write it because you want to give your brain a little rest so that you can view it objectively. And ask at least 3 friends or colleagues that have some type of an understanding of the material if they can proof it for you. You can use this Grammarly. We have Grammarly there at Charisma University, so you can use your Grammarly account as well. And remember, your future depends on the successful acceptance of your thesis proposal, so make sure that you eliminate all grammatical errors to give it the best shot. And you want to know the requirements. You want to know what we are requiring of you. Review all of our requirements. Constantly check your work. Don't leave questions unanswered. Keep a list of references from the beginning, and you can use Zotero, which is Zotaro, or there's several others that you can use. I'll stick them right. Don't be afraid of using apps, and good luck, and don't hesitate to reach out to me anytime, and I'm here to help you 24/7. Talk to you later.